Yo, what's good, travelers? Welcome to Zenkai Station, the dopest podcast on Sector Vibe, bringing you good times and hypeness personified. I'm your host, Isaiah, aka Senpai Savage, and yo, joining me tonight is...
You already know I'm aiming to surpass the best. That's all I do because I ace every test. Black Kobayashi. You already know what I'm about to do. I'm going to pass it to the next.
What is good, y'all? It is your boy Kurakami. I am here, not tired, with no cornbread.
Yo, he actually remembered his name! He actually remembered his name! He was asleep.
I'm more on the fact that man talking about cornbread like everybody didn't want a piece.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
look how we going to, bro.
Like, what's good?
Yeah.
It's summertime. I could use a little cornbread. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that cornbread gotta be good.
Cornbread different. Depending on who make it, though. Because I don't think I've ever had bad cornbread, but I know it's
I had cornbread that tastes legitimately like corn, and I was upset about it.
Ew.
Ooh.
It's not great.
Ugh.
Nah, I've had bad cornbread
Who does
before,
that?
but not like that. Jeez.
That's just corn on bread.
Yo, I got like the same I want to puke feeling like thinking about raisins and coleslaw and shit, dog. Like that's not...
Oh my god.
Or raisins
yo.
and potato salad, like that's the same like gut reaction I just had thinking about it like that.
Who's doing that? Do we know anyone who actually does that? Puts the raisin in potato salad?
I mean, some people who
I
probably
did
hail
slap
from
it out
the
my face.
Caucasus Mountains probably do.
Oh no.
Mount
Yeah,
Caucasus.
I mean, something like that. I don't know.
That's where Raisin seems to
I
get his
just think they're
number one.
You know,
number one buyers.
melanin deficient. That's all. Most likely,
It's
people.
mayonnaise, and mayonnaise don't even taste good inherently. It's really just, you know what? Whatever.
You see, that's one thing I'm always on. Like a lot of people be talking about mayo not good, but like I be tossing it.
No. Mayonnaise is good, but I never see any. So mayonnaise is like an enhancer. You know what I mean? You're not just gonna whip out a spoonful of mayonnaise, and be like, "Hey, yo, this is my lunch."
Stop.
You're not gonna
That's
eat it
gonna
like
be
yogurt.
sick. Stop.
Okay.
That's,
No,
that's
you
disgusting.
spread
Jesus.
it. Ain't no one talking about some. Would be really good with this mayo. Raisins. No one does that.
Oh, that's nasty.
It's like, all right, eggs and mayonnaise, nice. A little bit of seasoning on that, cool. You got some potato salad. Whose awful mind was like, hey yo, raisins. Let's get dried grapes.
Let's put some texture on this.
I'm gonna keep it
I want to
100
feel
with
the
y'all.
crunch.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I cannot necessarily do like just mayo. Like as a condiment, like I need to have like a bit of mustard with it. Like it can just be a little bit, but like as long as I know the mustard's also there with it, like I'm cool. And I don't necessarily know why. It might have like stemmed from when I was a kid and I seen my friend like puke up mayo, and I'm like, I don't ever want to have just mayo again.
Bro, damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mayo got a body.
Yeah, no, mayo faded. That ball was done. Oh man. And the sandwich he was eating looked good too. Yeah, no, that projected that right back up.
No, see, when I was watching Undercover Brother, bro, and I was looking at the whole mayo controversy behind it, I was like, I feel you. But then again, I don't. Because I do like mayo to a certain degree. Not like the heavy mayo. Like, nobody really need all that extra mayo. But it adds a nice little flavor to some things, like the lettuce on the tomatoes.
Yeah. Put that on like a tuna sandwich or something. It's bopping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just give it a little bit of lightness, you know. But, number one thing that you need to put on stuff, just in case it's not tasting right, is that hot sauce.
Oh, for real.
Get a little splash, a little bit of crystal hot sauce, baby.
Hot
Nothing
sauce.
is wrong with hot sauce. I've never had anything with hot sauce. Lies.
I remember I was young, bro, when I was in high school. We was in FCS class. That's what it is. It's the Family Computer Science.
I remember that.
And we had made this mac and cheese. And I was like, hold up. This mac and cheese is hitting. Then one of my homies, it was like, bro, toss that hot sauce on the wash.
Yeah, get that
I said, what?
hot sauce, G.
I saw some mac and cheese. You're a wild. Put that hot sauce on there. My world changed from the first bite. I said, whoa.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
It just started calling to the ancestors like, this is soul food, my brother. It's like, you right.
You gotta have the delicate balance, though, because some people have heavy hand with the hot sauce.
Yeah.
And
True.
Yeah, nah.
Also, like let's be real. It also depends on the type of hot sauce too. Like the Cristal is like the go-to, like basic for me. I say it like that just because like you got to add that little bouginess to it when you pour it on there. Like look, it's that Cristal hot sauce. Dab. But I ain't going front. Frank's Red Hot is okay. Like it's okay. It goes good on just about most things.
Right. It's good on chicken.
See, we talking about the red sauces, right? Like the actual red hot sauce is different. See, y'all lucky. I didn't grow up with that. My mom,
I ain't grow with that either.
Mom had that crazy Scotch bonnet pepper from Jamaica, from the Caribbean.
I wish I had
on
that.
there. Scorpion. Nah, bro.
I love
we had the green
spicy. So like for me, that's A1. Like I'm with that.
No, it is the good. Don't get me wrong. My man's Leaf took a single bite of the fried chicken. I say my brother Leaf took a bite. That man was crying through every bite. It's so good. I can't stop. I was like, bro, is those tears? I can't. I was like, oh my God. So I did it myself. I took one bite. I had to walk upstairs. You couldn't see me lacking. But
Can't see me lacking in this though.
it was the truth. It was the truth. Ever since having that Cristal, it don't work for me no more.
Bro, get that little.
Oh, bro, that green top different.
Every time you bite it.
That green top hit different, man. I don't know what it was, but every time I had seen the green top, it just made me feel at home. Yeah. Then if I see that in the seasoning cabinet, you got the green top. Like, all right,
yo,
I'm rocking with you. I see what you're doing.
Speaking of green top, so like another joint that, for me, if there's no hot sauce, right, and I need like a condiment, I would usually go with sriracha. Sriracha has been a good flavor enhancer for me for just about most things. I'm like, all right, ain't no hot sauce right now. We all out. I gotta get some later. Put that sriracha on it. Good to go. Adds like a nice kick. Solid.
I'm actually indifferent to sriracha. I feel like it has its place, but I've never like put it on a pedestal.
For me, it's right behind hot sauce for me. And right behind both of them is mustard.
I always thought it went well with like the ramen and everything. That's about it.
Yo,
where it stood.
That sriracha ramen, oh my God. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that might have to be the move next time we link up.
Hey, yo, try it.
Nah, I'm with it. Shit, ramen.
I mean, there's plenty of ramen spots near me, so we ain't gotta go too far too. So we be good.
True.
I'm thinking out of all the black anime characters, right? I'm trying to think of who uses the most hot sauce.
Dog.
And the first person that pops in my head is Mr. Popo.
I feel like he doesn't. I just
I don't know how spicy is a Kamehameha. He ate one.
You feel me?
Hold on. He might be onto something.
I mean, that's a perfect segue into what we talking about today, yo. Let me just say that was good. Oh.
Hey, you know I tried. Like Kobayashi always
fuck you, Mr. Popo. You rap bastard.
That's like one of the worst they could ever represent us, though. Like, keep it 1,000.
Turned his ass blue because of how racist that shit was in basketball.
Fam, when I first saw him,
my man literally was a black blob with lips.
Oh God! When I first saw him, I was so confused because I'm like, hold on. But like his outfit makes him look like a genie, right? Like I already started doing like mental gymnastics, like nah, that can't be it. And then the more I just looked at it, the angrier I got. I'm like, nah, he's supposed to be a minstrel character. This is fucking dumb.
Man, that shit made me sick, dog, when I realized what he was, dog. For the longest, I just thought he was a penguin, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as a youngin', I'm like, the only thing I can relate that thing to is to as a penguin. I never even considered him being representative of what we are.
I mean, you didn't, like, when it first came out, we necessarily didn't have any, like, real context yet. Like, we weren't taught that yet in, like, school, or our parents probably didn't, like, sit us down and teach us about that, thing yet. Because, like, it came out when we were relatively young. So it was just like, oh, is he supposed to be like me? Okay, I'm gonna say no, honestly, and I'm going with Piccolo. I'm going with Piccolo.
I still don't. Piccolo's the closest other than the Saints, in my opinion.
I mean, all right. So this leads into like a very good like aspect of like when we're talking about like representation. All right. So first and foremost, fuck Mr. Popo. So racist. They had to make him purple, just like Jinx.
Wait, they made him purple?
Yeah, he's purple in Dragon Ball Z Kai. And I think in Super.
Nah, he is like, light blue.
Yeah, he's like a light bluish purple color.
You know what's crazy though? Hold on, I need to stop. That's actually more racist to me because that reminds me of the Proud Family. Those ashy ass black girls.
Oh, the gross sisters.
Yeah, that got me chopped. That's all I'm saying.
They made them like the hood ghetto type Jones from. Why they had to be colored like that?
Because they were ashy.
Yeah,
that was ashy.
Oscar was also ashy because he snapped his fingers and started a fire.
Yeah, he like
that. Rub his toes together, start a fire, baby.
I ain't never laughed so hard at a cartoon in my life, bro.
Oscar Proud was a problem.
This young boy said the consistency of your ass and the frequency of your snaps, you gonna light something on fire, and this man did. I said no. Yo. Oh, they did him dirty. Oh,
okay. Right, so I guess that leads me to like my first thing about it is like when we see characters that we recognize, right, as you know, as black people that we recognize as racist, or we find something problematic with them. Do you guys automatically find yourself going to another character that may be in that world that may be of like a different skin tone, and more likely than not they just happen to be green and be like, nope, we're black, they're black now, we claim that entire race is now us?
For me,
not. I don't really go into it like that. Keep it stacked. Because like when I watched what was it, Haiku, or it was one of the sports ones. I think it was Haiku, where I saw like they had this tall ass bull who was like 110 centimeters or something like that. And he was a black bull. They just made his lips big, nose crazy, eyes was like looking wild, and I was like, they just. And that's all I do. That's all I do. Like, you know, yeah, just a side, because like, you know, you just don't know no better, but you should know better.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I will say for something like that is more so that I probably should know better. I almost feel like at least, you know, going forward, like with, you know, today's day and age, any animation that's made currently, you should definitely know better by now. I mean, you should have known better earlier on, but you know, the way media is representative of our culture and our people across the world wasn't necessarily the best. You know, it's probably easier to say isn't necessarily the best because some things still are misconstrued. That, you know, whatever, you know, bit of information and, you know, pictures and images, videos, all that stuff that they get, you know, of us, that they like, all right, cool, so this is what a black person may be interested in or looks like, or their mannerisms. So it's like, okay, I can try and incorporate that as best as I can. And for them, I see what you mean, where like they don't know no better, because they 9 times out of 10 won't have another, you know, black friend or you know, friend of a color there to like help correct them, to be like, yo, this is fucked up, you might want to change this a bit. Like, no one there to check them, essentially. Mm-hmm. So I get that, but it doesn't mean that our visual representations of us can't be better. Like in Haiku, like you said, not the one you described, but later on in the more recent seasons, like there's a good representation of us.
Yeah, there is. I was just about to say that there's a really good one from on the last team that they versed.
Yeah.
And he was done really well, and he was also respected very highly as well. And I think they did a really good job as far as like his level of athleticism and just like kind of just give him that representation of like, you know, he's good on his own front, but like, you know, just respecting him as a character and not just like, you know, oh well, he has to look this certain way. They made him look normal. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like within the anime verse. So I enjoyed that very much.
Yeah, and like I enjoyed that a lot, and because like it showed growth, and it's like, well, it can be done, because like for me, like while watching, I think when I was younger watching a lot of anime, you know, you kind of give them the pass because they don't necessarily know any better, but you know, as you get older, you get, you know, wiser, you learn more things about history, and learn more about how like media translates globally, and you just come to find out that there's been many ways and opportunities that you can just easily have done better, instead of using caricatures and minstrels and other things like that, which wouldn't. Now, granted, some viewers probably don't view it as heavy as I do, and that's totally fine. But it makes it so you won't have to do any sort of mental gymnastics. It makes it so it makes it more palatable for viewers, and that you are able to, see yourself in the character, in the main character or side character, whoever it is, the person that looks like you. And another character I wanted to bring up, because like I had a time trying to decipher. I'm like, is this person black? Is this person supposed to be Thai? I'm not sure. Was Almine in Kuroko's No Basketball?
Oh, I claim him, bro.
but see, the thing is, the argument would be is like, no, he's Japanese, or he might be mixed race.
He might be
mixed race.
He might be mixed.
But like, if he is,
I personally claim him off of his style,
right,
bro. Like just his swagger, his essence. And I'm not saying all black people have to have the same kind of essence, but just the way he moves and the way he presents himself as a character. I respect that to be able to claim it for my personal squad. As far as like if I'm going to be picking like out of animes, like if you could claim or not claim, you know what I'm saying? Like would you claim this person as black? Would you not claim this person as black? I would claim him on my squad instantly. Without a doubt.
I'd claim him.
Without
in the racial draft, like Dave Chappelle, we claim.
Absolutely. I'm claiming that, bro. Like. I thought about Eminem freestyle and I'm like, yeah, we claim him, bro.
But like so like in instances like that, right? And just people just forgive me because like I'm going back to Dragon Ball Z, and yeah, maybe you're tired of hearing it, so I apologize, but it won't be the only thing, I promise, that we'll talk on. But I want to say like even like characters like Oob, like when he was first introduced, because there wasn't necessarily like a good black character, that like I was able to view myself in Oob, and I claimed. And we always claim Piccolo is black. The Namekians are black, right? But we also claim the same thing for the Saiyans.
Blacks. They are the woke warriors.
I mean, I'm claiming the Saiyans regardless. I ain't seen a white person get called a monkey yet, and I got called a monkey in high school.
Exactly, that's the main thing. That is the
Saiyans are ours.
But how hurt do we have to be though to like win Frieza? We knew that motherfucker when Frieza said,
"Yo, stepped off the ship and said, I'm just gonna disrespect every single body with one line. Hello, monkeys, nigga. What? Hold up.
Every black person I know, we all had that same sort of like anger. It's like, this racist motherfucker. He's the embodiment of white supremacy. We're gonna stomp that motherfucker out one day.
He is.
We got you.
One day, his ass got smacked for a whole hour.
That's what I was saying. I was so hyped when I saw that. I wish I could have watched it. I wish they would have gave a screenshot.
You will not disrespect Boop. Shut your bitch ass up.
But is that not a level of mental gymnastics or cognitive dissonance, right? Like that's what I'm trying to get at here. Is like, because you have to displace your own want and I guess your own want and put that onto another character, because any character that does look like you in said show is just not qualified to do so.
So that's here's the thing.
It's a complex question, but like I'm not looking for any like perfect answer, because there is no perfect answer, if I'm being honest. And there's no perfect solution, but like there's ways we can definitely do better.
I feel like
I definitely
there's a difference between like, a fucking Jim Crow character,
right,
and someone who happens to be black. Like Mr. Popo is literally just fucking blackface.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, how you only get. Like that's you could have a character who is just riddled in stereotypes, and that's just like a product of the times. It's not just with black people. Like look at Looney Tunes and how they do people who have like Asian descent, and stuff like that. Everyone has their stereotypes, and I feel like that's gonna come with the territory of ignorance, and that's just unfortunately a thing that's here for right now. That being said, I feel like cultures and things that you can relate to, like in that way, are what makes you claim a character. For example, everyone that I know who is black fucks with Piccolo, right?
Yeah.
Why do we fuck with Piccolo? This is a genuine question for you guys. Like, what about Piccolo is it that we claim?
I'm gonna be honest. I just fucked with Piccolo because a lot of my other cousins said, "Yo, yeah, Piccolo's like one of us." I'm like, but I was with the Saiyans. So if I'm being 100% honest with y'all, I'm like, all right.
I'll give you a good reason why I fuck with Piccolo. Piccolo is a straightforward type of dude. Like, he don't do the whole, we should fight them because we should fight them. No, nigga, we should fight them because he's trying to destroy the planet, or because we need to defend this, or we got something that, like, he has motives and goals that make sense. Like, you know, when you're watching Dragon Ball and you're seeing Goku, you know the nigga just wants to fight. Mm-hmm. That's all he wants. When you watch Piccolo, you know he actually has to think about what he's about to do beforehand, majority of the time. Like, he's not just going into a fight just to go fight, you know what I mean? So I think that's why I personally claim him, because he's one of the type of people that uses his mental stronger than anybody else around. And that's why I claim him, because that's why he's always meditating, like always doing the visual training and things of that nature, on top of the fact that he actually trained my personal favorite character. So that's why I personally think that, like, I claim him. Because I think that's, like we said, like the Namekians and all the planet on Namek, everybody was on, you know, real spiritual, almost like, I don't want it to be like too closely connected, because like we don't know this for sure or not, but it just reminded me of like Africa.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing when I saw the Namekians in space. I'm like, they remind me of Africa.
Yeah, so like that almost like, you know, the spiritually
pretty much the ancestors, the spiritual connection to nature, to the actual spirits themselves. Yeah,
and that's kind of why we claim the Namekians as being more of seen as black or African, or even what we'll call the woke warriors, I like to call them, because it has more of that spiritual lifeness to it. We obviously claim the Saiyans just due to the fact that they've been called monkeys and like are pretty much disrespected off of who they are.
The fact that the Saiyans were legitimately slaves to do the white man's bidding, and then they got eradicated, and because of fear. So that's why I claim the Saiyans.
Same.
Here's for me personally. Mm-hmm. I claim Piccolo because we all grew up with, like, black sitcoms, right?
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm going to be a bit uncouth, but Goku reminded me of the white friend. And everybody hates Chris. What was his friend's name? Greg?
I think so.
Goku reminds me of Greg, just doing some nut shit. Mm-hmm. Just always doing some nut shit. Like, what are you doing? And Piccolo always has to be like this sense of reason.
Oh shit! When you put it like that already, I get it.
That's why I see Piccolo, because just like this man's fucking caucasity is crazy. What are you doing? Stop! No offense, but that's why I claim Piccolo, because I've been there, being the black person in a group of white kids basically my entire life.
Word. I've
had that exact same, bro. What are we doing? Why is this a thing? Why? You gonna mess with a police officer? What do you? Hey! Don't throw that. Literally had that same look. Why are you throwing that at the police officer? What are you doing? See, now he's on his way to fuck us up. Okay. That's why I claim.
If I'm seeing them do that shit, that's when I walk away.
See, that's the thing.
Not me.
See, that's the thing. They threw it. I'm just like, why the fuck would you do this? Oh, it's not that deep. And I'm just like, you guys have no fucking sense. And that's why I personally relate to Piccolo, because
they had the privilege not to need to have the sense.
Same thing with the Saiyans, though, because you know what, I get my ass beat, I just come back stronger. What you gonna do? I'm gonna save the day anyway.
This is facts. Right.
So
see, I can't. That's why I claim Piccolo.
Word.
It's not even about the color. It's not the he green, he's. It's literally just I've been in that exact same position, so that's why I'm just like,
So then.
Okay, well then I'll take it a step further. Who is the top anime character that you claim for black folk?
That's a hard question for me.
Like the epitome of blackness?
Okay, how about we make it like a top 3?
That's still a hard question for me, because I don't view it like that. I texted Ike earlier. I was like, listen, bro, let me keep it stacked with you. I'm okay. I have a very hard time with representation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
not because it's a bad thing. I definitely do believe it's needed. But especially, like, to me, especially now, it just seems like pandering. I don't feel like a character needs to look a certain way or have a certain thing just for me to claim them.
I remember you mentioned that before,
Yeah,
too.
so I it's very difficult for me to be like, oh, yeah, this character's mine. I don't give a fuck. Like, for real.
And I agree with you. I do agree with you on that note. But when I do see someone of color, I do get hyped up when I see certain people.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing.
And, like...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
That's the thing. I can't get into that mentality because it doesn't matter that they're black to me or, like, whatever. It matters how they do it. Because representation for representation's sake, to me, is the worst thing ever. Because I don't care if it's the first black whatever if they're portrayed incorrectly.
Right.
I don't want it. You can't be like, oh, he's the first, like, I remember having a conversation with someone, and they were like, I don't care how bad the representation is, I don't care how bad the plot is, I don't care how bad anything is. If the character's gay, I'm automatically going to support it. And I was just like, that's bad.
You don't know
because
what
you
they're
don't
doing
care
with that
what
character.
they're doing. There's no concern. It's just pandering, and for me, it's just disingenuous, and that's why I don't care about that type of stuff. And not that it's not important. It's just like, hey yo, he's black. It's like, nah, Uba's technically like native. He has his like, I believe it's Indian native marks, and I feel like at a certain point it does become not offensive, but it's rude. It's like, oh, Uba's one of ours. It's just like, actually, no. To me, there's like a very fine line of like appropriation, like claiming something that's not ours. Or like, I don't know. I have very weird thoughts.
I think that's why I enjoy when I see the people of color having great moments, or like they're being depicted as someone that's like a higher tier.
Of course.
Like I understand exactly what you're saying. Like, cause the representation for representation's sake is kind of unnecessary to some degree. But if you're a character that like has potential to be someone great in a series. I love to see it, and especially love to see it when it's a person of color because of what it does for
Gun and Fire Force.
us as a youth or us as people. We get to watch that and be like, yo, I'm inspired because we got somebody that we could say, oh yeah, that's us, because they're doing so much great in their field. Like, I'm not just trying to say like, oh, if I see a black person on the screen, I'm already down for bull. But if I see the way you moving and I like that, I'm definitely already gonna be down with you. But if you're a person of color on top of that, that's icing on the cake for me. And I'm always going to be about that. So like when I think about things like of that nature, people I think about is like Bob from like Tenjo Tenji. Like his character he's not even like the top fighter, but he's ready to whoop somebody's ass. But also his mentality is so strong because he can understand like, yo, you about to get your ass whooped, my nigga. Like, I'm just gonna let you know this right now. And thenceforward, after he said that, my man's got his ass whooped. Like he said. I like seeing stuff like that because, like, your character says a lot about who you are. So when I see someone that's a person of color and your character is, like, being shown to such a degree of, like, you're aware, like, majority of people of, I don't even want to say, like, our people, because there's a lot of people out there that aren't aware. Like, just keeping the stack. But when I like to see it because it's shown that we can be aware. Like, if you don't think that you are aware or think that, like, from the history that we may have had or things you may have learned in books or what people may have said around you, this, that, and the third, like, when you see somebody that's like you and has that awareness, it's kind of like, all right, I got a +1 because I can go ahead and put myself in his shoes and live like that to some degree or take something from that and add it to my repertoire. I love seeing that. And that's why I think the representation really does matter to some degree.
Of course, no, representation matters. The thing is, at least for me, part of the reason why I see it is just...
It sounds like you just don't want pandering. Because, like, there is a difference between
I
a
don't
good
want
character and pandering.
And to me, I don't see... At least lately, it's all pandering to me. But also, when I go to, like, anime, video games and stuff, it's for escapism. I don't want to be constantly reminded about the race battle I fight every fucking day. Like, that's another thing to me.
But does it not suck if you don't have a specific hairstyle?
Oh my god, it's trash.
Okay, hold on.
Yo.
I was mad about it for a hot minute, and you are correct. That being said, Monster Hunter is a game based in Asia. I can't be mad that it's an Asian-based game. After my man's Lehman explained it to me, he was like, listen, it's for people. That's okay. It does suck.
You're playing it too.
Yeah. But also, if I couldn't choose my character, I don't care. It's like Fire Emblem. It's a white dude with green hair. I can only choose a sex. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Doesn't change.
I can
stories to
understand
me.
that, but when it comes to like, if we're going into like the creative realms of like video games, I do get irritated about that sometimes too. Only because of the simple fact, like, I want my character to look like me. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Like,
that.
and like, it don't even have to be as deep as like, you know, how I had to fight on racism every day. And like, that's nothing against what you're saying, Kareem, but it's just like, for me, it's just like, bro, I need to be able to like have the option to look like myself if I wanted to, or be able to see someone that has my qualities or my the way I want to put myself out there. Because like, if we're gonna create a character, I feel as though you should be able to have that option. And I know it's difficult because there's so many different people and so many different races, so many different cultures that have so many different designs. And I know that takes a lot to kind of put into these creative worlds. But I think it's also just like, just give me the chance to do that. And it makes me feel like I appreciate it so much more.
I feel that.
Yeah, like it doesn't
There are
have to
games
be
like-
perfect, but like it has to be
It
perfect.
doesn't have to be perfect. Absolutely not.
There are games
I don't
like
expect that.
Saints Row where they have you can make
God.
any color under the sun, and to me that's great because it's like, hey, if I want to be freaking Shrek running around in my boxers, I'm gonna do it.
Word.
And that's, to me, it's like, listen, if it's a game where honestly the story doesn't matter, fine, whatever. Like, sure, of course, like I'm playing Monster Hunter, my character is black,
Yeah.
just so we're clear.
Right.
But also, it's just like there's a certain point where I'm not gonna get bent out of shape, and this is just for me.
No, I get that 100%.
Just-
Because I definitely agree with you on that. Because there's some points where you don't need to like just take it all.
There's
all
some
the time.
battles it's a video game for me.
But what if
And
there's
I-
a game where you can choose your voice, but there's no, I guess, how can I say there's no black voice actor or
So here's
a
the thing.
voice actor
Not even
who's,
having that.
I guess, ranges around yours.
Here's
Because
the thing.
I've played WWE, what was it, like 2K18 or something,
You're not me.
and
Okay, nigga, that's
there was
not
not a singular, like when I created my superstar, there's only one voice actor. There was definitely no one that looked like me. And the hairstyle, I couldn't even I'm bald in like in real life, you know, for those who haven't seen me on any of the social media posts or whatnot, or just like, you know, brand new coming in listening to this. I'm bald in real life. But you know, when I was younger, you know, and still had hair, I would always have like a pretty like clean cut fade. When I even went to go pick a fade, I'm like, this is impossible because it was never a black person's fade. It was, how can I explain it? More of like a Italian person's fade. Whereas like they
Fucking
still
Gumby?
have. Say it again.
Like Gumby.
Yeah. And I had to walk
like,
around my character like
the
that.
ramp?
I had to unlock black hair, bro. I had to unlock black
Hold on.
hair.
They be doing
Let
that.
me ask you guys something.
I had
What's worse? What's worse in a video game? Would you rather have no options for a black like hairstyle, or would you rather just have the afro?
bro. Shit.
I'd rather have the afro, bro.
See, 'cause
Let me
that's
get
what
the
Monster
I'm not
Hunter
gonna
did to
lie.
me. That's what Monster Hunter did to me. They're like, you got the afro. I was like, get this shit out my face, bro. I have twists.
I'm not gonna lie, cause sometimes you can make the afro look kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, when I did Here Comes the Pain.
Word.
Only kind of character I was able to make is a boy with Super Saiyan.
Word.
So I said, all right, we can rock out with this, but then I would put the bandana in and like it would kind of like fade down a little bit, you know, like where it's hanging out a little bit. I'm like, I guess I could work with that, but there was never like no real decent hairstyles. Like you'd be like, yeah, that goes well with my skin complexion. Nope.
Not at all. Just not at all.
Not bad. Like you could always get the baldy, but who wants to get the
I
baldy?
mean, I do like now into
Hey,
the one
Levi,
good
come on.
thing. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play. I can't. I'm like, y'all got Big Show in here. He bald. I can't be bald. That's crazy. I gotta unlock male pattern baldness. This is crazy. All right.
And I feel like that'd be easier to insert in the game too, wouldn't it? Clearly less pixels and everything. It'd be easier to render in the game.
Yeah, it would, but I couldn't for whatever reason.
You don't gotta worry about all them pixels.
Oh my
So
goodness.
back to your thing about voices.
Yeah.
I actually do have a problem with voices.
Yeah.
None of them sound real to me.
Never.
Like,
fair.
not even just like black voice, white voice, cadence, like inflection. They all sound fake. And
Word.
Bro, ain't nothing was faker than the Budokai Dragon Ball Z Budokai where they had Gohan saying Kamehameha.
Kamehameha. It's like, bro, who
No. He said Kamehameha. That shit was trash.
Super quick.
Trash, bro. Kamehameha. I said, what? Who did this? Oh man. But spinning to animes, and I thought about bald characters. I really like how they did Agil and Sword Art Online.
That's fair because like he was really good because he was a character that just happened to be black, and that's what like I think Korean like what
that's exactly what
Kuro means when he
like
says like yo this is proper representation because it's like yo he's a good thought out character or a decent thought out character however you want to spin it, but like he just happens to be black and like it's not pandering to me because like I could believe like he is just in this world, he was trapped like everyone else and has his own thing he wants to do. He has autonomy.
I feel like yes, I think that's what it comes down for me. I feel like if your your selling point or your main character's basis is, oh yeah, this is their culture, or like their culture is black, or they do this, I don't like it. Like I said, I'd rather have someone. So have you guys ever seen probably not, definitely not, but there's a show on Freeform called Everything's Gonna Be Okay. And
fuck, that's actually on my list to watch.
So if you don't like secondhand embarrassment, don't. But
I'm okay. Yeah,
it's good. I enjoy the show because it's like different.
Right.
But the first trailer for it almost had me feeling like its almost main selling point was like one of the main characters has autism.
Right.
But it's not like it almost felt like it was selling you got to watch this show because like it has great autistic representation, which it does.
Right.
But also the trailer is very misleading because it almost turned me off to it because I was just like, if that's I don't know much about the show except for this character saying just like, whatever. Because I'm pretty sure one of the first things she said was like, I'm attracted to black men. And they're like, haha, that's so funny. And I was like, okay.
It's like, okay, you got a fetish. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, so to me...
Kind of reminds me of Atypical.
So
that's probably what it might be.
I think it's more important to like have a show where it's like, oh yeah, the character just happens to have autism. And that's, And I'm glad it's how the show kind of goes through it, because it's not really about her having autism. It's really just about a dysfunctional family.
Right.
And I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. Like, okay, who cares? Like, you're not selling me like you have to watch it because we got something that caters to you. It's just like, oh yeah, one of the characters happens to have this. And of course they definitely do have like, it's one of its main like focuses.
Yeah.
But
oh, okay. I see a lot clearer.
That's where
how
I'm
you
at.
feel.
It's
about
just
that.
like, I don't...
And I get that 100% because
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Like, if it's going to be on that type time, I really don't...
Like, don't sell me blackness to have me, like, to get my, like, approval. Be like, okay, cool, I like this show. There's a difference between, like, a black show for black people, like Family Matters, or, like, Everybody Hates Chris, or, like, stuff like that.
The
Boondocks.
For sure.
As opposed to, like, a show that tries to get black people to like it. It's almost like a politician, like, trying to get my vote. It's just like,
that's pandering.
So fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want it.
I don't think I've ever witnessed that I've witnessed it, but I've never really, like, paid attention to it when I watch certain shows. Like, I understand, like, that's how Killer B is to some degree with, like, the rapping and everything like that, but I never really thought of it that deep like that.
That's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that, though. I definitely understand your point, and I respect it.
Because, I mean, if we put
I just
in,
never
like...
really thought like that. Like, even with Bob, too, like, the fact that he was able to, like, do all the dance moves and, like, was doing capoeira, like, it's kind of, like, major, like, I guess, if you thought like that. I don't know. I don't really think that deep about it. I just be hyped to see, like, somebody of color actually in the anime that, like, looks right. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like the super big lips, crazy nose, or like the dark ass skin that don't really match.
They actually
like,
look like a person.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, give them some respect. Like,
yeah.
And this is why I'm giving.
That's kind of what I look for.
And that's why, like, I want to give, like, mad respect to the creator of Soul Eater and also Fire Force, because, like,
true.
He
makes good black characters. He makes good characters of color, like, not just black, but, like, other characters too. And it's like whether it's just him or, like, the whole team, like, they take their time creating these characters and, like, crafting them in a way where, like, they have the hairstyles, the autonomy that they have, little nods and references to any cultural significance, like in Fire Force, the one character Ogun.
Yes,
Like,
that man different.
Yo, he's dope because like not only like when we see him, he's like, all right, one, the hair is done right. Bet. The character's name is based off an African god. Bet. And does he have autonomy? Yeah, he actually was a part of like another unit. Is actually just kind of doing his own thing, and just making sure things are good. With his team, but is also like friends with people of other teams. And then last but not least, like what you were mentioning earlier, Kobayashi, is that he is someone of like notable prowess because he is at, or maybe just like a little bit below or at the same level as the commander of Squad 1, which says a lot because Squad 1 is crazy. So I was like, damn.
That boy different.
So like when you see him on screen, it's like, yo, clap it up because that's a W. That's a W for the community.
It's a dub, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I completely understand the pandering aspect, but shit, give us a dub, bro. I love seeing that shit.
And Sharon too in Fire Force, Mr.
No. He was different.
He balled different, but I'm taking that's a W to me.
That man was a menace to society
that man
with Black
had
Force.
black stepdad energy, and no one could tell me differently. When I watched that
black
man,
stepdad energy.
When I watched that man, you ever seen Boys to the Hood? Gave me the fucking gun. That's how I was like, oh, he about it.
Yo.
And here's how I knew he was about it. When Shinra thought he won the fight, he was like, all right, good. And he slapped the shot at Shinra and smacked him again. I was like, ooh, I know that hit.
Yo. That's
I know
that was
that's
disrespect. That was disrespect. And he came over and he protected Shinra too. He was like, look, man, I got this. All right, I'm going to take this nuke to the dome piece and then everything's going to be fine. All right. Watch that handle this. Got you. And he did it. That motherfucker did it. I was happy. I'm taking him as a dub. Both him and Ogun. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's done correctly because you don't really... It's not even that they're... For me, I don't care that they're... Not Ogun, but I guess what's his name?
Sharon?
Yeah. Technically, he's an antagonist, right?
Oh, yeah, he's an antagonist, but like he's his own character, though, too.
Exactly. He's cool about it. Like, he just happens to be black to me. And that's dope. Also, quick little tidbit. I believe, does David Productions do Fire Force?
Might be them.
Because I think Ogun's entire life was basically a... Yeah, please, let's do it real quick. Because I think, I'm almost certain. Yeah.
Said Fire Force creator?
Actually, I forget the creator's name, but if you have that on hand, that'll be good to put out.
Sushi.
Yeah, they are also produce JoJo. And Ogun's whole thing where he's like dum was like a big ass reference to JoJo's rush attacks and shit. Just in the production and how they're doing it. Replace Dom with Aura and you had fucking Star Platinum going to town on some bull.
Bet.
But that's just me. Just throwing out some extra tidbits.
Hey, that's like a nice nod.
I'm now curious, Kurokami. Who do you believe was really done in a pandering type of way?
Me?
Yeah.
Pandering type of way. That's another hard
question. Someone that you really weren't happy with. I just want to know for what I if I can relate that to something else.
See, that's the thing. I don't look for it. If I'm just
right,
I don't. So these are hard questions for me because I just.
But do you ever feel like you were pandered to? It's this is just blackness to be black for whatever. I guess how can I say it? Have you ever, witnessed it, right? I know you don't go looking for it, but have you ever just, sat, you're watching something, and you're just oh, they're just using that person's, skin color or that person's ethnicity as, a focal point instead of giving that character an actual chance to be a character?
Because for me personally, I feel as though I've seen a lot of the animes that I've watched, majority of the characters that were black were in that kind of category of, Agio to me. They just happen to be black. Bob, for me, he didn't have to be black, but he was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo.
And, even when I think about, I can't even say that because the Cloud Village was... Nah, I would say the Cloud Village.
The Cloud Village gives me a lot of mixed feelings.
there's some there and there's some
I know
not,
exactly
like,
who I actually fucking hate. I'm sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
just realized
Here it goes.
You know who I
Here it
fucking
goes.
hate?
Oh boy.
The damn bitch from The Promised Neverland, Sister Krona.
Ooh,
Oh my
sweet
god.
Jesus. Yeah.
I wanted to slap the shit out of whoever designed her.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that.
I'm almost certain I texted y'all about that. I was like, yo, who's man's?
Yeah, you definitely hit us up. You're like, do we have to? Like, I can't claim. I can't. I was like,
Because
yeah.
that was wrong. Not only was she done dirty, literally, to me, how I saw her, and this isn't a pandering question, but just
True.
the closest answer I could give to you about a
Mammy?
character I was just like, I fucking can't, was her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
Was simply because just
Yeah.
like, let's see,
she's a mammy.
practically black, a nanny, born into slavery,
You're,
watching care of like a bunch of kids.
you're,
At the end of the day, she's trying to do all these things for her freedom, and then basically she's the only reason why she got murked is because they were playing favorites, and the other person, she basically did everything right,
you're.
and she still got killed because she was like, "Yo, they're trying to escape. We should stop them." She's like, "No, we're not gonna do that." She's like, "Well, you're clearly playing games, so I'm gonna replace you," and she got murked. But forget all that. Her lips, her hair, the facial expressions, the fact that she was like deranged as hell. Nothing about her was right.
They gave her the most most intense close-ups out of every character in there, and
they did her dirty.
They chose angles on purpose. Like it was meant with a certain intent. I think more so they probably came in with an intent to just make her scary, but then it came in hella racist with only her, Sister Crone, being made a horrific minstrel right before our eyes.
I just gotta look at it.
I get that. I mean, but it's still in the same. Oh God, I don't even want to say it.
Go ahead.
Everything about her looks wrong. Why does her lips take up 1/4 of her face? Come on.
It's true. It's
It's because they
At
have
least
a
the
horrible,
hair is like accurate.
because it's a misrepresentation.
The hair is cool. I honestly can respect the hair.
I was okay with the hair because
I
it
can
reminded me of Hunter x Hunter. What's her face?
Facts. Canary.
Yes, it reminded me of
Because
Canary's hair.
it's not like she has anybody that can like really do her hair.
Yo, that's so fucking real.
So, but the lips and like the extra additional lines that came outside of the lips. Because I'm looking at pictures of right now and it just makes me.
It's cringy.
God.
Yep.
It's really upsetting. And the way she's running after these children, the way they crying.
Like she's a monster, not human. Yeah. When there's
Yo,
a world
like-
full of actual monsters out there, yeah.
And they go,
Like, get
okay.
away. But yeah.
Like they really crying for their lives, and I feel them. I really do. All right, I gotta go into a positive, but I also can't stand this moment.
Go ahead.
The squad captain Kaname Tozen.
Yeah, Tosa.
Okay, because I was hyped because I'm like, all right, dope, we got,
He hurt
like,
my feelings, dog. I know what you. Yeah.
bro. Who you telling? I'm like, all right, we got somebody in the squad captains. You feel me?
Word.
He got the dreads. My man blind too. He's still out here being a captain. See, by any means, my
Yo.
dude, I see you. This man gonna sit there and switch sides. And I said, how are we supposed to win from that?
I was like, fam.
Because you know damn well he was gonna lose.
Bro, he was the only actual proper counter to Aizen. And I'm like, so you mean he's just gonna be a subordinate? Ha!
Did my man.
He's not even a captain no more. He just under the
he
man,
lost all his rank
Aizen,
and everything.
that nigga with the slick back hair. So I see that he
Oh,
stopped.
you know, actually, another one that I really hate.
Who?
Another one that I truly despise because I really gave it a chance. Jaden Smith. I'm sorry, but
Neo
bro,
Yokio?
never do this voiceover shit again. This nigga Kaz Khan, whatever the hell he was, going around with these psychotic power or whatever the hell he had.
Yokio, yeah.
But he had no emotion and he was just a prep boy. What? Why?
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know.
Hold on.
just-
It
hold on.
made me want
It
to
didn't have
Toblerone
no-
though. It worked. I'll give it that. Toblerones are actually pretty good, so I'm gonna give you that.
Oh no.
You looked it
I
up?
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a full season of special. Like I know Deezus and Miro were on there at one point. It was-
Oh, that Neo Yokio show?
Neo
Yokio.
Yokio. Yep.
Oh yeah, I definitely skipped that shit.
Yeah, I watched it.
I tried it. I tried it off of principle. You know, definitely never would ever watch it again or even try again.
Yeah.
So
like, there was no emotion in the voice acting at all, and just overall it was trash.
Yeah.
who is your characters, like your favorite characters, who them being black is actually crucial, or like a plot point to the storyline? Like, who is your favorite character?
Plot point?
Yes.
I don't know if it's ever a plot point when I look at these characters, though.
So I got one for you. Dutch from Black Lagoon. There's a whole arc where they have to fight against these neo-Nazis.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are just like, nah, we gotta kill you. But anyway, the climax of the arc comes to show that the leader of like this brotherhood hired them specifically to show like, to test like his like clan, but two, also like to show like how far they're willing to go and to show that like these aren't good because they're not superior to the black dude in a sense. But like the leader has this whole like conversation. He was just like, wow, like you are a remarkable person, all these things, if only you weren't black. And he was just like,
damn,
fuck, that's crazy. Because he was saying like, you are good. He's like, honestly, I wish your entire race gets destroyed one day. Like, he said this is like Dutch, and Dutch is like, honestly, I hope you burn in hell, but you pay me my money. So I was like, I like that, because Dutch's character is black. And I believe they're in like this fictional island called Rhinoper. I think it's like in Thailand or Taiwan or somewhere. But basically, like, I know, I can't explain it properly because I haven't fully finished it. But like, he used to be in the U.S. military. I think the manga disputes that. Anyway, I think Dutch is a character who has like, you know he's black. And he's not afraid to show that he's black. But it's not pandered to. But you know him being black is a very interesting thing. It's important enough to the plot point where they don't let you forget that he's black. But it's not the selling point. It's like part of his character. And I think that's what I like. When it's like, you can see the struggles that they go through. And it's not... I can't explain it well, but that's me. I think Dutch is that character for me. It's just like, okay, I like Dutch.
I enjoy that. I think that's kind of like goes back into the last episode we were talking about, where I was saying that, like, where the East meets West, if we can have more characters that are developed in that kind of sense, it would make it very more ideal for me to see. Because if we're able to see more of that kind of quote-unquote representation, it makes it more of a step forward into like a unity or like an understanding to some degree. Like, not that it has to be the full series kind of pawing over it, but just to like, yo, this character is this, and there are some things that they have to go through that are a bit different, but it don't need to be like, you know, beat upon like it's a nail, you know. And I think that there's a certain balance with it. Because it brings like, oh my God, like, yeah, you understand what it's like to be within our colors, but at the same time, you're going through your own personal things because of who you are as a character.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand. I respect that.
And for your other question about shows that I felt was pandered to, I'll be real. Yasuke and Afro Samurai. Simply the name Afro Samurai, I was just like, why do I want to watch that?
Fair enough.
I actually didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it. I got into it, and I know what happens, but part of me was just like, why does him... being like, I didn't get it. His name was Afro. He had an afro, but none of it was crucial to the plot. It could have been any other character, and it was just a quest for revenge. It had nothing.
Well, how do you feel about Killer B? Because I love Killer B.
Oh no, I love Killer B.
All right, hold on. Can I give my like stance on the, I guess, the Cloud Village then?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right, like, so starting off with Killer B then. It was really tough. Just point blank off the initial. All right, so no, off the initial thing, you see Killer B, you're like, all right, yo, bet. Dude, he looks big, he looks strong. All right, he looks formidable. All right, let's see what's going to happen with Sasuke and Killer B. And like the first thing he starts doing is rapping. And he's not good. He is a horrible SoundCloud rapper at best, right? So it was one of those things where I wish he had some sort of lyricism that was like really good to like set the fact that the first things out his mouth is our legitimate rap. But I will say him mid-fight, after mid-fight whooping Sasuke's ass to stop, take a break to write down a new rap. Goated. That's a goated moment. He took a pause from beating the brakes off of you to like, oh, you know what? I got a couple of new bars I'm gonna write down. Let me take that time. Yeah, so I can remember that. All right, now back to whooping your ass, right? Cool. So like my first issue was that, like, all right, he's a rapper. Okay, I get it. Hip hop is black, right? Is the blackest, one of the blackest, genres, out there, and that's fine. I was able to let that slide. It's like, it's cool. But then like I see his brother and I see Karui and I see Darui. So I think maybe part of it had something because I did see the movie Undercover Brother. So I'm just like, all right, well with A, it's like, well, that's the angry black man. That's the big, strong, angry black man. With Karu, true. That's the angry black woman. With Omoy, that's just the conspiracy brother.
Yes.
Yes, so I was struggling a bit, right? And I think one of the, or at least some of the only reasons why I became really okay with it is because as characters, they actually did get that chance to grow. The first impressions were probably not the greatest, but as characters, they did get a chance to grow, thus having the ability to grow like on me and to like them more. And they all had their own sort of autonomy. Now, granted, I wish I was able to be introduced to like the third Raikage first, because just how he was like talked about and seemed like he was more so of like that sagely grandfather type of figure for everyone. And like he may look mean and tough, but like he held a lot of hope and inspiration for the future. So like it would have been cool to like see someone like that instead of just coming in swinging with like MC Hammer Killer B in this bitch and his brother drop kicking niggas off a top roof, just being angry as I don't know what. But
so that's
go ahead.
So
yeah, you go ahead.
I actually realized I did a bit of deep diving into Killer B's like history.
That too, I did too. I had to after seeing that motherfucker for the first time.
For me, or at least the developmental history, I didn't care because, of course, Killer Bee's reference to the Wu-Tang Clan. So I didn't personally care. Yeah. But two, Kishimoto was like, I wanted to make a character who is strong, but fun.
Yeah.
And honestly...
And also in honor of his one friend who was also a big pro wrestling fan.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, I bang with Killer Bee, because you know what? I don't feel pandered to. Yeah, came off strong with the rapping, but he didn't have big lips.
Luckily,
he didn't have big blips.
Yeah, no, luckily he didn't.
He didn't have like that whole.
But they did give him like that Cisco blonde / white like hair though.
Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, okay.
That was like that came around to everybody too.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I'm like, I don't think we need it.
They did the Cloud Village with respect, and I said it last time, so I'm not going to go on the spiel. Right. But also, you can. If you want to talk about like the Cloud Village, you gotta look at Darui and Shikamaru. They're the same fucking character.
Yeah,
they are.
They're the same
I was
fucking
going to say that. I was about to say that.
And
I was like, that's one of the funniest things I've seen, because it was like watching a mirror of the Leaf Village to some degree. And I actually enjoyed it because, Kairi is more like a better Sakura in my opinion.
Yeah, because she can throw hands and got the sword.
Exactly.
Oh no, you're talking about the red hair one.
Yeah, the red.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking about the other one with the big titty.
Oh, Samoy.
Oh, she bad.
Nah, she got locked up.
Hey, my man, he know what he doing.
Well,
he know what he doing.
You
said you stay by me.
Hold on. But was A with Samoy or was he with Mabui? Mabui was I think he was with her though, cause like she was bad too. Dang. She had like the white hair, but anyway, I'm sorry.
Either way, I want to touch upon first impression when I saw this man Killer Bee. I actually had a very different impression. I'm like, I was just hyped to see a black person in the anime. I'm gonna keep it a stack. That's how I felt, because when I saw him, and on top of that, he was also a Jinchuriki, which is like obviously this dude is supposed to be super strong, but then on top of the situation, my man was able to control it. I said, oh, he
was a perfect Jinchuriki.
And he was the only one to live besides Naruto.
And he did it on his own. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like, did that on his own. Went through all that drama on his own. Like, his story ain't no easy story either. You know, like, every Jinchuriki obviously has, like, some depressing-ass story. And, like, honestly, every character in Naruto has some depressing-ass story. So.
War's bad.
At the same point, when you watch him through, like, the conversation that Naruto has with one of his former friends, that he still considers a best friend, and telling the story of like what he went through and just seeing him constantly being happy and rapping throughout the whole thing, I'm like, yo, that's strength. That just gave me strength to watch that. Yeah. I'm like, yo, they did us right off of the simple fact that like they didn't show any weakness in him.
Can I also build off of that? Mm-hmm. Killer Bee's entire like story is he was an orphan. He literally came from nothing. He was told he couldn't do this. And at the end of the day, he ended up saving the world. He was dope. But also, Killer Bee was done justice because I don't care what anyone says. Everyone's like, oh, the Raikage. A would wash his shit. I mean, B would wash his shit if it came down to it. It was only because he respected the Raikage and he was like, that's my brother. But when they came down to it, with the fight, with the lariats, B was stronger.
I mean, he already told him, like, one day I'm going to look down on you.
Pharaoh, B was stronger. I liked A initially, but then A, as you mentioned, turned into the angry black man. Even in Naruto and the last, we gotta destroy the moon. Are you stupid? Or are you dumb?
he just always ready to put aggression first, and I know that's...
And that's why he couldn't touch Madara. He was basically useless in that fight. But B was crucial. So yeah, B came on strong, but B was a key player. He helped Naruto control Kurama. And without him, I will openly say, without him for a good, like for the first half until they created the Ten Tails, they would have lost. Because B knew what he was doing. He was there. He was the ally. And he wasn't the main character. And there was a point where you went from being like, oh, they introduced a black dude to being like, yo, forget him being bad. This is Killer B. And that's it for me.
He's top supporter.
Exactly. Top supporter. Like, he's that bull. Like, everything about him, forget, like, style. It was just dope. Like, his fighting style, completely unorthodox. Yeah, he had his cool moments.
I loved it. 8 swords, bro.
8 swords. Sharingan couldn't keep up with that. Smack that.
Bro, was doing anything, and then really with the pencil stopped. Hold up.
He was fun personified. And here's what kills me. He was supposed to be like the guardian of the hidden cloud. He was like, hey, yo, emo boy. Oh, you came to capture me? I'm going to let you pretend you got me. I'm going on vacation. That's when he became my character.
That's really what he did.
That's when he became my character. Because I was like, you know what? I feel that.
I feel that for sure.
This
is a good... He didn't even care about his life at that point. He said, oh, this is a good time. I could take a vacay, huh?
For real.
Work on my rhymes. Go see this Enko.
Shit never got better, but he still quit it.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. But I still respected the simple fact that they even tried to put it in there because I feel like that was just homage. Like, granted, like, it wasn't going to be great because I feel as though they might not been able to even make great rhymes. Like, really think about it. Like, you think they was really gonna come up with some real decent bars?
There was probably better stuff.
So they made it fun.
Devilman Crybaby than Naruto.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well,
Devilman Crybaby.
Devilman Crybaby is a whole nother.
That's a different discussion. But there was definitely there's better raps in there.
Yes, there was. I'm still scarred.
Hold on, though. Devilman was pretty good. Like.
No.
Oh no, we didn't say it was bad. It's good. It's just holy shit.
That entire franchise makes no sense to me, though, because first you have original Devilman, then you have Devilman Crybaby, then you have a retelling, then you have late.
And I know we're going on a tangent, but
that's a different topic,
bro. It just made me mad. Like, yo, what was the point of watching it?
You learned about Revelations.
Actually,
nope.
I mean,
things don't need. Let's move on.
I'm just saying that's literally what it was. That's.
Please just move on. Let's just move on, please. I can't.
Okay. Would you hate Killer Bee more if the entire Cloud Village was a bunch of like rappers?
I would be fucking.
I would have been really upset, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have been furious.
No.
But I think I don't know.
There'd be no point.
I think I would have been furious, but I think at a given point I probably would have calmed down, and then just picture this as the Wu-Tang Clan. Do you know how many niggas was in the Wu-Tang Clan? I lost count.
No, I think if they started doing that, I feel like then it would have just been like, oh, they're just stereotyping.
Yeah, like if everyone spoke in rhyme, oh my god.
I mean, like, granted, if it was like a couple of them, they were like, pretty decent with it, it'd be like, oh, all right, if you did it the right way, I'm like, all right, I can support this. But at the same point, not everybody got to do it. It's not for everybody.
I feel like that's for me. I like that though. I'm glad they had at least one person like Killer B who was like that. Because if we're going to talk about representation, we also need to talk about diversity.
Yeah.
And because there are black people who do enjoy like the whole rapping aspect, who would be hyped to see Killer B.
Yeah, of course.
And then you have people who are lazy as shit like Dadui. You do, and I don't care what anyone wants to say, stereotype or not, we have angry black men.
Yeah.
They
do.
exist. And
we can understand
we can
it.
understand
if you can't acknowledge that exists, then you're lying.
And then, you know, when you see, what's his name? Golly, bro. Always with Karui. The one who's always, what's it called? The conspiracy nigga. Omoy. Yeah, we would just call that a bitch nigga.
Yeah.
And we know that.
We all have them. That's why.
We all have them.
And that's why I'm okay with Killer B, because you know what? The one doesn't speak for the entire representation.
That's real.
For the entire populace.
Exactly.
It's one thing if Killer B was the only black character.
Yeah.
But they had a village of black people. That's why I'm just like, all right, cool. Because you know what? I'm not going to be like, how dare you have a rapping bull as if I don't have someone.
As if you ain't got 3 friends and 5 cousins that rap. Yeah, I know.
All right.
Yep.
That's why I'm okay with it. I feel like
I became okay with it. It's not. I don't like hate it. I'm just letting y'all know. Like from like when I first saw it, I was like, fuck.
No, I get what you're saying, and I understand your perspective on it. But for me personally, when I watched it, I was entertained like a motherfucker.
No, yeah,
I can't lie.
Killer B got a pass for me.
I was entertained the moment he clipped Sasuke in the neck with that lariat. I'm like, oh, that's my nigga. All right, I'm with you now.
Because like the thing was like his bars were trash, but they was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny as shit, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, why would you even say that? And said it with a straight face. But you know what really sold the deal for me when he had the back of the U. I say, oh, that nigga's smooth.
Okay. Probably translates trash into English, but yo,
it was right. You fool. That's
fool. You fool. I'm sorry. That's not okay. Can we just keep it Japanese, please?
Oh man.
But yeah, I really like Killer B, man. That's gotta be one of my tops of all time.
So here's my final question for the night for you guys.
Okay.
At what point does representation go too far? And I'm going to specify because would you rather have... I guess my question comes down to this. Would you rather have a character who embodies the stereotypes or the complete antithesis? Like, would you rather have the black character who's conformed to... We all have that. The you speak white kind of character.
Yeah, I'll be the type boy to say neither, bro. I'm tired of that.
No, exactly.
You know? Like, I don't even want that to be an option when I watch it. You know what I'm saying? I want to...
Sorry, go ahead.
Like, even when I saw Bleach, because, like, Bleach has some characters in there that, like, other than
Tosin, there was Yoruichi. She was black. So, like, that was good.
Yoruichi and, you know, the one drawn, the Rancor.
Francesca. The third Espada. I forget her name.
Yeah. She part of it. Like, you don't even like register them as just being black.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like the diversity you see. And I love seeing that as a perspective instead of like, you know, oh, this person's like about the black empowerment. We got to make sure that they have these certain credentials or these certain statistics within them, or they got to be able to fight this and they have to have these certain kind of lines said in this specific way. Like, I just don't think it's necessary. I feel like as long as you give the diversity the chance to be what it is, and give it the respect the way it needs to be, there's no reason like to put it into a category.
Yeah, because I think overall, like pretty much what anyone is really asking for is that, you know, that inclusion and that ability for it to be considered normal without the old standard of normal. And I say normal in quotations for those who may not get it, that standard was just like when you think of just like, all right, think of a sea of friends, right? For most people, or you probably just think of white people. Or if I don't say friends, just think of like people in general. It's probably just white people that pop up in your head. Usually, not necessarily true if all you see day to day is people that look like you, right? But generally speaking, if you are in a multifaceted, multicultural like area, it's possible that you may just think of that. Like, even if like when I can say like when I was younger, just like growing up, it's just like the normal that anyone would see on TV is like, you know, it's just white people on TV. And like, it's not saying that none of the content I watched when I was younger wasn't good or anything. Although I will say Friends sucked.
Oh my god,
I enjoyed Friends.
No,
I did enjoy Friends.
Okay, see, I don't
didn't.
understand the humor in it.
I didn't understand why I did. There were a lot of dumb stuff in there, but I actually did enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think it's nostalgia. Because I tried to watch it again, and I was just like, this show is absolute dog shit.
It's not good.
I mean, there's some things in there that are said that is just so dry, it's funny.
I watched the entire season 1 with Kathleen, and I was like, you gotta turn this off. This man just screaming the same punchline for the past, 5 episodes, and I hate it.
And you know what really bothers me is the bull.
How you live in New York and you don't have, a black person until, your final season, though?
How you live in New York?
Okay.
That's all I gotta say, right? It's just yeah, damn. Damn, that's crazy,
they ain't know about no culture because they knew they would probably be taking over if it was.
But I will say, as I've gotten older though too, again, that's all we want. It's just the new normal for it to be diverse and inclusive, right? Without it being pandering. We want full characters that are just able to be characters, and their skin tone or their ethnicity shouldn't be the biggest factor, but it is important because we're not saying that we're colorblind, because that character's ethnicity is important to that character and their world that we get to witness and be a part of, but it's not the selling point, so it's not pandering.
I feel that, and that's kind of why I was saying from the East Meets West episode that I really would enjoy having someone over on the West Coast take these animes and use it as a base for maybe someone that looks, or even a group of friends that have more diversity in them. I know anime is mainly about Japanese and it's based in Japan, so why wouldn't it be?
But if we're speaking in the animation sense overall,
yeah,
even if it was anime-esque, you know what I mean? Having those kind of tropes to the show, I would really enjoy seeing something of that nature that's done well. Don't just rush it, but actually come up with a decent plot and maybe have some decent fights that go on within it. I would love to see something that's an action based like that. But just not Neo
Yokio.
What the fuck it's called? No, that was
Jaden Smith Has Money.
Yeah. And I think he was actually trying to step up into it.
I think he was too.
And,
it just wasn't a hit.
It
just wasn't a hit.
It just wasn't. It wasn't. So I appreciate what he tried to do. I really do. It just was trash. There's no other word for it. And I'm sorry, Jaden. I respect you as an artist, but I was not a fan of that. Try again and actually put some emotion behind the lines.
Although I will say your Sire album was fire though, my G.
Facts.
I think I worded my question wrong. I think what I meant to ask was what is ideal representation to you guys? But you guys answered that.
Oh,
but basically what I'm assuming is you just want to be seen, not pandered to. You just want to be included and just want to see yourself, I guess.
Yes.
I think it's more than just inclusion, though.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm honestly just bare bones simplifying that because you just
I know. I just want to make sure from my standpoint I say it because I think about that and I think about just being a part of things ain't enough for me.
Of course.
It never has been and it never will be. I want us to actually conquer to some degree. And not in a negative sense, but at the same point, if we're on the screen and we're within some essence
to have higher standing and achievement in is what you're looking for.
Yeah, I don't want us to be looked at as the Vegeta character. You know what I'm saying?
So no longer just
a real dub.
No longer Luigi. No longer player 2.
Yeah, no, let us get our own little. Oh snap! That's the main bull right there. Put him up in with the greats. Real talk. Other than we got Killer B and that's decent, but it's still you second to somebody, bro.
Okay, I have.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you completely. I lied with the last question. I feel like it has to be touched on. This is just me. Mm-hmm. Whitewashing. Thoughts. And I'm thinking about the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie from M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh no! Don't bring that up, please.
No,
that's forbidden.
We have to. If we're talking about representation. If we're talking about representation, we have to talk about whitewashing.
Burn it all, kill it all with fire. Bro. Just let it die. Why do you whitewash?
That is clearly East meets West. So that should have been talked about last episode. But
we should have talked about it. We should have talked about it. We can bring it up now.
Ong Pretty sure.
No,
No.
stop. That's triggering. Oh my
Why
god.
was Katara and Sokka white?
Okay.
Why?
Here we go.
Like, we gotta talk about it. Why were the villains?
We're gonna discuss this.
Hold on.
I don't.
The Fire Nation were white people in the anime. Well, they had white or lighter skin tones.
Oh jeez.
And
They became Indonesian
Bro,
type.
it should have been
Yes.
the most East Asian and indigenous freaking like movie ever. It should have been, and it wasn't. M Night, I'm like, dog, I don't trust anything you make. After that, I really just stopped fucking with your shit. I'm just being honest with you, dude. I don't.
Nah. M. Night, I got
hold on,
words
and
for
hold
you.
on, and even if it wasn't like your fault and like your name was just on it, my dude, like I wish they had even one fan on that set because it was shown that they didn't have even one. They made that horrible ass movie, and that movie is pandering because it wanted the Avatar: The Last Airbender money because it was such a popular franchise. Whoever directed it, whoever wrote the scripts for it, whoever helped produce it, you all suck. That was trash.
We already had Avatar: The Last Airbender be Americanized, and like it had the essence of martial arts and things of that nature. But like from the way they spoke and everything, nothing was ever put into or all these different type of things they try to put on there. And I get they would probably, hopefully, this is what their thought was. We're gonna give respect to the culture, but at the same point, don't do something that's gonna really be a drastic change to something that was already done so well.
It's almost offensive in a sense.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Please. And they broke it. They broke the hell out of it.
Bro,
And
they just
nobody wanna
didn't
do
care.
that.
They didn't break it. They didn't care. And that's
There was no
what's
love
given.
in that franchise. And my only thing is, I don't personally care that it was a bad movie because
I do.
first off, I don't care because it's like a video game adaptation. You already know that shit was going to be trash because there was so much to pack in 2 hours. Are you kidding me? You already knew it was going to fail.
It didn't have to be that.
It didn't have to be that
It
trash.
didn't have to be that trash. It didn't. No, not at all. For me, I feel like it's a bit weird because, like, not only was the movie trash, the casting was trash, but then the casting was bad, but then they tried to appeal to the cultural aspect by having wrong pronunciations of things. I don't know. It just seemed so reversed to me.
I feel like it was technically supposed to be the right pronunciation of it, but
they
we're already
didn't.
accustomed to the wrong. So
Doesn't it feel
why?
more offensive?
I'm going to say we're not
Yes.
accustomed to the wrong because the right one you can literally watch on Nickelodeon and have in the box set is Aang. The nigga's name is Aang. My God. And you don't
Aang,
fucking
leader
do
of the
20
gang.
stances and 10 stomps to move a fucking pebble. That movie is garbage.
Bro, they was doing full.
There was no love
full
put into it.
choreography, bro.
Fuck
Hold
that
on,
movie
hold on,
sucks.
hold on. Let me talk to you
Bro,
about the Fire Nation, alright? I already talked about how they were the wrong race. Did you see how they nerfed the fuck out of them? He's breathing
Oh, yeah,
fire
you gotta
out of
have fire.
nothing! What?
They had to do it because of production, and I'm sure that's really what it came
Then
down
that's
to.
probably
don't
what it
Trying
came
to
down
find a
make-
way to make it
That's
easier
dumb.
for them to present a film with all the different nuances that each nation had, but with a low budget for editing and After Effects or whatever the situation.
I will say this though,
Trash.
Netflix learned because they are still working on that live action, and I think it's just the live action of the original series. There might be some subtle differences. One subtle difference they already got shit for was that they were actually planning on making Katara the older sibling instead of Sokka. But that already turned left because then you're like, so you're gonna make Katara a cradle
woman?
robber essentially because Aang is 12. When they meet, Katara's only 2 years older. If you make her older,
So no, this is
right? So no, they backtrack. They're not doing it. At least from like what I've read online, they're not doing it. However, when it comes to the representation, right, they are actually getting it. At least they're looking in more diverse areas. Like for people playing the part of firebenders, they are looking more for people who are of East Asian descent, earthbenders, the same, but they may also be looking for darker, more melanated skin.
Yep.
For waterbenders, they're looking for indigenous, and for indigenous, native people, and for airbenders, I'm pretty sure they're just looking for. I say this in quotations to not be like exclusionary, but I think more like Chinese looking people, because airbenders are based off of Shaolin monks.
Right.
But I can say air, fire, and earth, East Asian, and then for water, indigenous. So they're trying to keep it like that. At least looking for characters fit those roles.
If the characters fit those roles in the movie, would it have had better standing to you?
If they had actually fit the roles in the movies, like if they actually were culturally appropriate, or appropriate,
Yes.
not appropriated.
Yes.
The movie
Might,
better.
and it's a strong might, have been better, but the writing for that movie was just bad. Like there was no love for it. You can tell there was not a single fan of that series on set. Not one single fan.
If they actually took the time to really know the characters they were playing, and were allowed to like bring those characters into the actual filming, I think that even though like we'll probably still have the actions and the fire off of like torches and just like 7 people doing all this extra movement to move a rock, that I could probably let slide.
Word, I can let extra movement slide.
If the characters were actually on point. And that's only because I understand, like, this is a live action. You can't get everything you're going to get out of a cartoon. It's not going to happen. But if the characters actually were designed the way they were designed, this might actually be something interested into, like, going further and maybe getting more funding to maybe create a series, or, like, maybe push it to a different level. And hopefully we'll see something of book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. But, nah, they don't. They should have had book 0. And just look at it that.
It should be locked in a vault and never see the light of day again.
It's forbidden, bro. It's just
It sucked.
don't.
Quick aside, M. Night, what you did to the Avatar was trash. What you did to my man in Glass was trash. And I never want you to make another movie ever again. It need to be said.
Yikes.
No, I've been mad about it.
Damn, you made it to that? Dog, after that, I was like, I'm not a single thing with his name on it I'm watching.
No, because here's the thing. Split was actually a good movie.
That's what I heard, but I'll never know.
No, Split. Because the thing
He's a good
is,
actor.
Split was a good movie. That man deserves all the Oscars. And it was
He
like
does.
a good horror movie. Completely scientifically incorrect.
I mean, yeah.
But we're not deaf for that. It was good. But what he did was literally make a mockery of his own work. Because we had a movie that we all wanted to see, and he was like, actually, I got to be the twist ending guy. And you could have killed the Beast, but why'd you kill David Dunn? David Dunn was such a good character, and you did him so you drowned my man in a puddle. A puddle. Talk about there can't be any supers. That's why that shit bombed, bro. I'm sorry. That has nothing to do with representation. I just got flashbacks to watching Glass because I was hyped for like 3 years for that shit to come out, and just for that.
Trash.
A puddle. That shit was 1 centimeter deep.
Damn, bro. This fucking Avatar shit really got me irritated. That's how you don't do representation.
Yeah, I'll say.
That's a key.
Stop whitewashing.
Do
And
not.
look, Scarlett Johansson, you too, yo. You just can't play everything. All right, damn.
Oh, was she on
Yes.
Ghost in the Shell or something like that?
Shit was horrible.
Oh,
I'm
I didn't
happy I
even
didn't
try
see it.
that one.
I'm happy I didn't
I didn't
see
even
it.
try that.
I read
I didn't
every
try it
article
either.
possible. I'm like, yo, they ripping her apart. This is bad. All right.
Well, you can't be mad when you get offered a role. Someone be like, all right, can you take it? I mean, the smart thing to do when you're in those scenarios, is this really something I should take? Just ask yourself that question. And ask, are you going to be really able to authentically recreate it the way it needs to be recreated? Or not? There are other people out here that are ready to recreate.
I mean,
That
it wasn't like she wasn't making Marvel money at the
1000% better.
time. She'll still be making Marvel money. She actually, because her movie got pushed back, she'll be making that this year. So it'll be all right.
She doing well. She going to be fine.
She,
Especially with her Wolf of Wall Street having ass.
it's all good.
She was looking bad in that joint too.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking of someone else.
Wolf of Wall Street?
Because I'm pretty sure that's Margot Robbie.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I might be thinking of Don John.
Oh, yeah, true. With Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That's what it was. Yeah. Mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was dangerous in that joke. Mm-hmm.
But all right, so we did get a little sidetracked about representation in a way, but like it was still relatively impactful about it. But with the representation, I guess my final question is simply going forward, what is it that you would like to see? Like with it being in, yeah, you know what, I was gonna limit it to anime only, but like just in media only. Like, what is it that you want to see? Like, how do you want the representation to be correct? Like, any issues corrected?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to answer that because I am an entertainer and an actor, and I would love to see more films and TV shows or anything that are related to people of color to not have to be within the stereotypes of all times. I'm tired of seeing gangsters. I'm tired of seeing drug dealers. I'm tired of seeing... no disrespect to the gay community, but every black person in every TV show has to either be one of the few of either being gay, either being a thug, or either being a dumbass, like just completely stupid.
Yo, I'm tired of slave movies. Fucking stop.
Slave movies too, bro. Like, I mean, if it's like, what's it called? A reenactment, like, you know, Malcolm X or, you know, things
It
of
is
that
from
nature.
the time,
I respect
sure,
it.
but
yeah, but like, have your moments, you know. It doesn't have to be every single time. Like, just stop doing that. Just stop. Show that we can do more. Show that we can really be represented as not just one shade of color. Because I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it because there are so many different versions of us out here, and a lot of people are scared to be those versions because they don't get to see it, and a lot of people won't allow them to see it because they're so scared to show it.
Okay. What about you, Kurokami?
You already know my answer for this. I don't really think about it that way. I'm not going to hold you. As long as the character is interesting, you're not bringing up, like, the stereotypes, and you're not disrespecting the character or the culture, whatever.
All right. And I think on my end, it's kind of a fusion of both of y'all, to be honest. I definitely am tired of some of the old tropes of, you know, another gangster, another broken family, another slave movie, another drama, traumatic, like heavily corrupt sort of street violence sort of movie or show. But what I would want is, again, more autonomy with the characters, but also let us have the ability to just be characters more than just like the best friend, more than just like some weird love fetish, more than just like some troublemaker or thug. Allow people to have the ability to play like the nerdy friend, to play like the really well, I said nerdy, but like tech friendly person who's into like Afrofuturism, to play like the cool person without being a dick, or if they are a dick, it's just for like their own reason, nothing like super traumatic behind it, because then it's like, all right, well, you're just an asshole and I just don't like this character because I don't like this character. Allow us to be more than just an athlete if we're in the show. Allow us to be full-fledged characters in said series or movie, because that's what people are on a daily basis. You're a full-fledged person, or at least I hope you're a full-fledged person. And if you're not, you should take some time to try and, you know, get your stuff together and live your best life, or I just become a better version of yourself. So like when you see these characters represented on screen, it is, to me, without a doubt, very important that they have that autonomy, and that because each character, maybe not to us, but maybe to someone else, it means the world to them. And I would like to just end like this on like a small caveat, because like representation, I think when I was younger, I didn't realize how important it was, and I don't think it actually was too important for me. That didn't change until maybe about high school, where I started to put more things together. I started to feel like, I wish I did see someone, who looked like me a little bit more in some of these shows. And then, after college and like I was with the Tribbles at the time, Storm Tribble, she actually said, next time you watch something, it may change how you view things, but play this game. It is both helpful but also a little detrimental. And she was being very honest with me when she said that. And the game is, well, spot the dot, right? And when you're just watching a TV show, it's like, all right, how many people of darker complexion can you see? They don't have to be black. It just simply has to be darker complexion. How many do you see? Spot them. How many? And a lot of times you get 2 in a whole series. You get 2. And I think it would be better to have more than just 2. To just put it as simple as that. More than just 2 people of darker complexion who just, maybe one happens to be black, maybe another is Filipino, or another is Indian or Indonesian, or and and then going forward to when I went to Atlanta for MomoCon, I was like, all right, yo, I'm gonna play Cyborg. I get compared to him a lot from Teen Titans. Gonna have a good time. Granted, me and my other friends, we went out together as the full Teen Titans unit, and there were other Teen Titans there, right? But no one had a Cyborg. But we had a Cyborg because I was Cyborg. I'm Mr. Booyah, Mr. Getting the shit done with the tech, all that good stuff. The amount of thanks and photos taken and appreciation I received was through the roof. You would have thought I was like a celebrity or something. It was actually just families and other people who wanted a picture with me because they've never seen anyone cosplay Cyborg before. And they've always wanted to see a Cyborg at a function like that. So I just want to end with that, because when I looked into this little girl's eyes and she said, "Mama, it's Cyborg. Can I please get a picture with Cyborg?" That meant the world to me, because I knew that she was able to see someone from a show that she liked represented in real life. And so these images and these things that we take in on a daily basis, they mean something. Could be small, could be large to whomever is viewing it, but they mean something. So in order to push the needle forward even just a little bit, let's take that time to make sure that representation is done correctly. And that is all.
Yo, if I may say one thing to the people that are watching these shows, just have some respect for when you see these things. Because there's a lot of people that have struggled to get to that point where they're able to really show the culture or their version of what the culture is. I know a lot of people personally that watch certain shows and kind of judge a lot of people that may play certain characters. But you just got to respect the simple fact that they're able to portray certain characters and being able to do it well enough to the point where you actually don't like them or you actually do like them. That's how I see it. Because I just want to say that because I thought about for people that may have watched some TV shows or TV series and then just constantly bicker about them or typecast them, like my man's Alfonso Rivera. I just hate to see that.
Right.
I want to see people get the respect they deserve because we have a lot of great talented people that just got disrespected off of the simple fact that you couldn't get one image of them out of your head.
That's fair.
But that's just how I see it.
Because you also have to remember, as bad as we want to see that representation, to be the person to give you that representation, to play that role, is really hard too.
Yeah, you gotta build it up. But that's all my 2 cents.
I mean, that's all I have to say. I don't know about you, Kurakami. Do you have anything?
Hey yo, stop making characters black and embellish the characters that are already black in canon. don't make me black Superman because we already have black Kryptonians.
Yep.
And I don't want any bullshit about, we need that. Just give me a Static Shock movie. Like, if the character, we already have black characters, just give them their development.
Yeah,
like I don't.
And if you got the audition, let me know, because I'm trying to audition for that joint. I'm gonna let you know right now.
Yo, I mean,
you know how many times I'm tired of seeing, Superman, but what if black? Nah, fuck that. We already have them.
we already have black Superman.
Make a new one.
We're good.
Make a new one.
Make a new one.
Make a new one.
Don't even make a new
Make
one.
it
We
original.
have our black characters.
We have plenty.
Make them good.
Exactly.
Like, I'm tired of. He doesn't need to be Kal-El. He could be freaking whatever.
There's Val Zod. That's fine.
Exactly. But that's that's it for me.
Nah. Well, then look, I just want to end that. Representation matters. Thank y'all for, vibing with us tonight. Be sure to, catch our content everywhere that says Zenkai Station. That's on Instagram, that's Twitter, that's Facebook, that's TikTok. If you have any questions or want to just, holler at us and say what's good, you can email us at gmail.com. That's Zenkai Station at gmail.com. And, with that, I just want to say, signing off from Zenkai, y'all. Much love. Peace.
Deuces.